poop is something that you really understand how the pet's health is. My gallery was more of poops than my photos. We usually say that pets are the one who go through anxiety. But what we have seen is it's not the pet who goes through anxiety, it is the parents who go through anxiety. When a pet comes to a pet boarding center, a parent comes and he or she doesn't come and let only your pet at the boarding center. They also give you a bag of medicines. It could be supplements, it could be some medications, or it could be anything like a syrup or anything that they have to be fed.
You open Instagram, you open any social media, people try to sell something to them and everybody promises the same thing. They say this will fix this. How is that yours so special and who's involved in creating those ingredients?
I have a scientist who I work with. So many hotels today that are actually framing it to be a pet-friendly restaurant. A lot of people say that it is a pet resort, but I think there's a lot of resort which don't allow your pet to jump on your bed.
I think pet parents have a trust issue. Welcome to the Pets Are Family podcast, a show where we dive into the latest trends, news and stories in the pet industry. Each episode, we talk to industry experts, founders and pet lovers. Together, we explore ideas, innovations and real stories that are shaping the future of pet care. Basically, everything for pet lovers from pet lovers. I'm your host Anil Reddy. I'm so glad you're here. So, grab a coffee, get comfy and let's jump into today's episode. Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Pets Are Family. Today, we are diving into the world of pet wellness, right from nutrition, luxury, boarding to therapy for animals. We have Vinoop with us. He is the founder of Cani Life, a pet nutrition brand that's part of Canidae Pet Services. Vinoop's work is rooted in passion for improving pet health through high-quality, balanced and holistic supplements crafted for pets. But that's not all. He also manages pet hospitality services including premium boarding and luxury pet resort, ensuring our furry companions are cared for in comfort and style. Today, let's dive into his journey of building Cani Life. Welcome to Pets Are Family, Vinoop. I've heard great things about you and so happy to have you here. And let's start with an introduction. I can introduce you. I'll take about 10 minutes to introduce you. You have done so many things, studying BCom, marketing, and then doing so many things and finally getting into the pet space. I'll give you 1 minute. Introduce yourself.
Great. First of all, thank you so much, Sanil, for inviting me to Happy Pets. I've been following you guys from a long time and I've always been very excited to see if there is any way chances that, I could be a part of anything. And I think today is the day that I've got a chance to be a part of this podcast. Thank you so much. To introduce myself, Anil, so like you rightly mentioned, my name is Vinoop and I'm I'm the founder of Cani Life and Canidae Pet Services. I've been a pet parent myself, I think from 2009. It all started with me growing a fish in a bowl. And I think I happened to start liking to do anything with pets from then on. So I'm a person that, I don't really want to be working with computers or laptops. That was something that I've been very much clear from the time I've been, when I was studying my BCom. I always wanted to work for myself. And I wanted to be in the pet industry because I like pets. Like I really love them. And I think interacting with them or people going through the kind of anxiety issues and depression today, I think most of those things has not yet come to me. I think it's more because I interact with dogs and cats.
You're so blessed, man.
Yeah, I think because of that, I think I'm very much blessed that I have a chance to be something very different from the circle that I'm actually part of.
I met so many pet entrepreneurs. None of them talk about mental issues, man. I think pets keep them so busy and happy. I don't think so. These kind of they have these kind of challenges.
No, definitely. I think since you are also a pet parent, I'm sure when you see them running around with whatever days that you have gone through, the kind of chemicals that comes out of your brain is more enough for you to forget everything.
Absolutely.
And I think there are so many people today I think there are so many people who are struggling to actually lead their life on a normal basis. And I think pets are somebody, I think definitely that they can change. And I think a lot of those people who have actually understood this post-COVID.
Oops.
Right?
Yep.
After COVID is when I think we have started realizing that how much impact that these guys can actually give us in return. It could even start with a small aquarium or it could be as simple as feeding a dog which is there near your house, right? It's not necessary that you need to be a parent to a dog that you need to bring up from your house. This all starts from, I think, a small step that you want to take, just by feeding a stray or going to a common park, meeting a lot of other dogs, some interaction. And I'm sure that your anxiety issues or your stress that you are building up on a daily basis, these are all something that's going to calm down.
How did Cani Life and Canidae happen?
So, Canidae, Anil, I started a few years back. Before that, I actually...
This was before COVID?
Not before COVID. This was probably 2 years back.
2 years back.
I started this with an intention that, so I had a chance to be a part of the boarding facility. So what I usually do is I usually manage boarding facilities for people who run this boarding center, right? So my company takes care of the entire process.
That's the Canidae.
That is the Canidae Pet Services.
Okay, your company takes care of all the boarding facilities.
Anything related to boarding related services. My company manages to take care of it. So
is there a region specific or across India?
Anywhere in India is possible for me to take care of it. At the moment, I have 2 facilities in Bangalore. One is in Martali and the other one is in Sarjapura.
Nice.
Yeah, so I get to interact with a lot of pet parents. I take care of their dogs. So in number of days, if the pet stays with us, even if it is a daycare, even if it is for a rescue, or if it is just for a dog park, we bring them to our facility. They get to run around freely. These are some things on the daily basis that happens at the facility. So the entire thing, when I say managing a boarding facility, the entire thing from your accounts to your feedbacks to your reviews, everything is taken care by them.
What if someone new to this industry wants to set this up? Do you start from infrastructure?
I definitely can help them from the infrastructure to bringing in an SOP, to getting clients, to bringing in marketing, to get a caretaker trained on what needs to be done. I think I have around 8-9 years of experience just by doing this.
You also train people how to look after the dogs.
I basically help them understand what are the do's and what are the don'ts, what you need to be aware. I probably am not what do I say? I don't think I am a
certified trainer or something.
Probably, yeah. I am not probably a certified trainer to train them, but I think a basic is something that I definitely can help them to start off with.
Great. Awesome. Yeah. Now, tell me about this kennel standards, right? Is it okay to call it kennel or should we call it?
So that's a good question to ask. The word kennel, I think, has been very much saturated, right? I think it's been used in a very wrong, it's been shown to the public in a very wrong way, kennel. So we don't use the word kennel, we always use the word dog rooms.
Dog rooms.
So it's some kind of like a room. I think it's much more nicer way to express it, that it is this that you're mentioning. So if you are asking me what is the standards that we follow, is that what your question?
Yeah, because I've been to many kennels.
Got it.
And everybody has their own way of building a kennel, setting it up, And is there any standards to be followed when you're having a dog over there? Because a dog leaves the parents and comes to a place. Is there anything that people should keep in mind when setting up a kennel, setting up the room?
Right. I think it's a very important, question to, understand if there is any standard that we need to bring in. Of course, there is no standards as of today, but I believe down the line, if there could be a standard that could be brought in, I think that will be one of the amazing things that can happen in a boarding facility, right? Even today, I think I've seen a lot of boarding facilities having a very cramped, space for your pet. Now, I as a parent, when I live my pet, right, he's a part of my family member. Now, I do not want him to be in a cramped place. Definitely do not want to. So, for example, one of the facility that I manage, each of the dog rooms are like, say, 7 by 5 feet. Now, when I say 7 by 5 feet, it is pretty spacious for them to stay in. Even if there is 2 dogs that comes in from the same house, both of them can stay very nicely, very comfortably in the dog room. But yes, there are so many places today that I don't think that they understand that this is something that is very much important that you need to provide as a boarding facility. You need to bring it to a standard where you have a certain number of square feet space that is allotted for each of the dogs to be present in each of the boarding facility. And I think that's not there in every boarding facility that I'm aware of. But I think the ones which are coming up now are the ones who probably want to start a new boarding facility. And I think that is something that they definitely have to keep in mind, that the space where they are going to stay is the most important thing that, you need to look at.
Okay, Vinoop, how was your first day experience managing such facility? How did you even get this idea that I will help people to manage the daycare or the boarding facilities? Why didn't you start your own? Instead, you thought of I'll help businesses to manage their own.
So if I have to say my first day, how it felt for me was something, it was out of the box, because I'm glad that people who are already running the boarding center gave us an opportunity to see that, if we could help them run it even more smoothly, right? The first day, what happened is, while I was just going through the place being very blank, I found out that the dog poops were all over, and I kind of found that dog had some kind of blood stool in the poop, and I immediately took a photo of that and I sent it to the facility owner to just to check with them, if this is all right or not, because I understand pets and I understand a little about pets, and I understand that the poop is something that you really understand if how the pet's health is. So I managed to take a photo of it, and I was actually not very sure if I could actually do that or not, to send that photo to the facility owner. But luckily, they actually got back to us and they said that thanks that you actually sent it, because we wouldn't have known that this particular dog has a loose stool. So it all started there, and then kept going. My gallery was more of poops than my photos. So, it all started there.
Is there any, do you use any technology or a software to manage these things?
At the moment, no, we don't use any of the tools. I think there are few players in the industry who is trying to come up with this. But yes, we don't use anything as of now. It's more of a WhatsApp group that we usually utilize this to, interact. And I think it started there, and then I started understanding about hygiene. I had started understanding about how important it is for your dogs to be let out at what time, how much food has to be given, what is the quantity has to be given, if there is any pet that needs to be given any kind of medication, how rightly that you need to provide it to them without fail, how important it is to let your parents know that you have fed the dog, you have given that particular medication. All of these informations is something that I slowly start grasping when I started initially working in this place.
Fantastic. Do you think parents should have an access to monitor their pets while they are at boarding? Because there are few people said 24/7 monitoring is not good, because parents tend to call and annoy us with, why is my dog sleeping? Why is my dog moving like this?
Totally agree.
You think parents should be given access to monitor that?
See, the thing is, we usually say that pets are the one who go through anxiety when they come drop their pets at the facility, right, for the first time. Or even if they are regular boarders, there is sometimes that pet usually goes through an anxiety. But what we have seen is, it's not the pet who goes through anxiety, it is the parents who go through anxiety. Because they keep wondering, did my pet have food? Is he fine? Did he drink water? Have they given water? Have they given the right food? All of these is a very big questions that keep running on their mind. Now, when we as a facility, when we are taking in your child, we are committing that, we will do anything and everything to make sure their baby is taken care. Now, whatever we do, if you are giving them an access, parents are definitely going to intervene in anything and everything that we are trying to do, right? The intention may be true with us that we are doing the right thing, but when you are looking at us from a different side, you probably may not be able to understand what we are trying to do. So that's going to give me a stress, that's going to pass on to my team, that's going to pass on to the dogs, that's going to pass on back to you. So, which is why I think 24 hours of access is not required. But you're always allowed to reach out to us anytime for any updates.
Very well answered, man. Yeah, I got my answer, because in my colony, a lot of people say that I'd love to leave my dog in the daycare or a boarding, but I want an access where I can monitor them 24/7. I was not sure about it. I think it will come in between the business. It will come in between the others.
It's all about trust, Anil.
It's all about the trust.
Yeah. You need to trust us, we trust you.
Okay, now let's talk about Cani Life. I'm guessing all that interaction with pets and pet parents got you to start your own product. That's Cani Life. Tell me more about it.
Yes, you rightly mentioned. I think Canidae was the one who actually pushed me to start something in the supplement side, which is KR, which is Cani Life. Honestly saying, like I said, I didn't have any ideas of starting something in this line. But what happened is, while I'm interacting with a lot of parents, I also got a chance to interact with a lot of vets. I see that I mean, just to give you a small example, right? When a pet comes to a pet boarding center, a parent comes. He or she doesn't come and let only your pet at the boarding center. They also give you a bag of medicines. You know, I see that out of 10 dogs that are checking in, say at least 3 to 4 dogs are coming in with some kind of medicines. It could be supplements, it could be some medications, or it could be anything like a syrup or anything that they have to be fed. And this has been going on a regular basis, right? And then this doesn't stop at the first time the dog comes in. The dog comes in the next time after 2-3 months, they're again coming back with the same medications. I kind of felt that the why is that the dogs are coming in with a lot of medications? Why is that they're falling sick every now and then? Is it because that we are not giving them the right kind of food? Is it because they are not able to get the right kind of nutrition? Is that why? Obviously it is because of one of these reasons why we usually fall sick, right? Even for taking us an example, if our immunity is not strong, we will fall sick every now and then. I think it same applies for them too, right? And I think parents are so busy today. I think unfortunately they're not able to focus on this aspect to make sure that their immunity also is being given the right way. And I think one of the reason why I started is because I want to do something for them, right? I think there are so many people who are doing for the humans today. I see a lot of ads related to gut, for example. Even celebrities are coming in and promoting these things, telling that the gut is something that you really need to work on.
Absolutely.
If your gut is strong, trust me, you do not have to worry about anything. Now, when a pet is coming in with a lot of these kind of things with medications and stuff, I believe that it is clearly understood that their gut may be not really strong. And I might be wrong. I probably, with whatever interactions, whatever experience that I have, is what I'm actually talking. I may be wrong. I don't know, but I feel that probably the pet has no strong gut. Probably the immunity is very poor, which is why you are prone to get diseases every now and then. And unfortunately, you need to be giving them medications. So I wanted to definitely start something for them. And yeah, that's how Cani Life started. And Cani Life is a company which definitely focuses only on holistic way of preparing the supplements for them. We do not use any kind of chemicals, not even a pinch of chemicals. Everything is a plant based, powder base or a liquid base that we bring in.
How do you know whatever you're selling is working out there? Because I think pet parents have a trust issues. Okay, you open Instagram, you open any social media, people try to sell something to them, and everybody promises the same thing. They say this will fix this. For example, you spoke about the gut thing, right? I've seen a couple of products out in the market, and how is that yours so special, and who's involved in creating those ingredients?
So I have a scientist who I work with. She comes with 20 plus years of experience in microbes, plant fermentation, and I think, she's introduced around 30 plus agri related products out there in the market. And when I say agri related products, this is not only focusing in India, this is all over the world. So the kind of standards that she brings in is, I think, brilliant. I mean, as you know, right, if anything has to be moved from India to another country, your standards and your product has to be really legit. It's the same person who is basically helping Cani Life to bring in a real kind of quality kind of products. And these are not fillers, right? These are all tested. And I personally tested on my dogs.
Okay.
And only then, in case if I feel that it is not working, we do not move out of the table. So everything is tested. It is vet approved. All of these things is double checked, and only then it goes to the to the outside in the market.
Is supplements really required for pets? I know for humans, there's still a big question now for humans. People say that calcium, vitamins, and all this stuff. And there are people who don't take any of that stuff and still look fit and fine. But what about the animals? What about the dogs and cats?
So Anil, I think we're only looking at the outer side to understand that that person is fit or fine, right? We really don't know what's happening inside. Now, let me give you an example again. I'm sure you'll agree with me that the kind of vegetables that we get to our table are also having pesticides. One, the chicken, the meat that we are having today, they are also having a lot of antibiotics in it. Now, what happens when you consume this particular food on your body? You know, right, that we have good bacteria and bad bacteria, which will basically help us with the absorption of nutrition. That is what actually runs the show in the entire body. Now, when you're eating this pesticide, what happens? Your good bacteria and your bad bacteria is killed. Now, when it comes to your pets, they are also the same thing. They also have good bacteria and bad bacteria. Now, you are going to feed your pet anything which is having pesticide or antibiotics. Chicken is a very favorite thing for dogs and cats. Now, this is something that when they consume, unfortunately, the good bacteria and bad bacteria dies. But are parents aware about it? I don't think they know. So, supplement comes into picture. Now, supplement is not like a replacement for food. This is something that you are supposed to give them lifelong. And you shouldn't be looking at a supplement like a medicine. This is completely a different supporting, a factor that you are supposed to give them so that they nourish what is required for their body. Now, a lot of parents, like I mentioned, have a lot of antibiotic tablets that they give. Unfortunately, yes, the pet, whatever diseases that they had is getting cured. But unfortunately, the good bacteria and the bad bacteria are also getting killed. So your lifespan of the dog or cat, or even for us as well, we are actually, our lifespan is actually getting cut if we do not have any kind of extra supplements on us.
Okay. I was walking my dogs near a lake, and I found this person with his dog. It's a Labrador. The breed looked majestic. It's like I was like, what kind of a Labrador is this? It's quite big, well built. All the Labradors that I've seen are like obese, overweight, and this one is like well built, and it jumped with all the four legs up. And he gave a command, and it jumped with all the four legs up and went inside the lake, and my dogs followed them. And I was just sitting and chatting with him, and I asked him, what do you feed? He said, we are a vegetarians, we feed curd rice and vegetables. And there are stories like that, and there are stories also where we require supplements for the dogs. Now, this is where it gets a little confusing. Now, what is a right supplement? A good home food, is it a good supplement, or along with the home food, extra supplements is good?
See, if you ask me, I would say the home food, what we are giving, is definitely a okay food that we are giving. Because I think most of them today also are feeding chicken rice, egg rice, curd rice, vegetable rice. I think these are the four things that keeps running around in their bowl. Now, when you do not have the understanding about what is protein, what is fiber, what is carb, what is fat, then I think you are actually not really giving the right thing for your pet unless you understand what are these things, right? A dog will eat anything and everything, especially a breed like Labrador. He's going to eat anything and everything that you give him. Even if you give him a bitter gourd, he's definitely going to eat it. But is it really getting absorbed in their body is the big question. Now, if you don't have a good bacteria in your body, whatever you're eating is this definitely going to go out. But if you have a good bacteria, what happens is whatever your body is lacking, that bacteria will start absorbing all those things. So, which is why you need to give them a supplement.
Okay. And now let's talk about the industry insights. I'm sure before getting into manufacturing your own supplements, right, you'd have done some research about, is the market saturated or is there an opportunity? Tell me, is the pet food market saturated?
Yes, it is saturated. A lot of people coming into the market, I think, is going to get scattered again, right? Now, even if you are coming, I think you should prove it that you are the best, right? Everybody can come up, everybody has a chance to do it, but the intention of you coming has to be right. That's the only take that I have from this. That it is, yes, it is there. It is possible that you can come and do something in this industry, but whatever you're doing, definitely you need to do it the right way.
Yeah. So in the saturated market, how is Cani Life performing? How are you taking your product and how are you even selling it?
So right now I'm in a very initial stage, right? I think there is a lot more time for me to invest in this to make sure that it reaches every household. I actually want to basically look at it as a premium brand. At the same time, I also want it to be affordable for a lot of parents, right? Just because the if it is not affordable and if your brand is doing really well and if it is not reaching every pet, then it doesn't make sense for me. So I mean, we as a company want to be in every household, and we want the Cani Life to be present in their heart, to understand that anything in regards to Cani Life products is safe for their pets. That is something that I really want to work on. And I think I've already started working on that. I hope and I wish that I will reach one day in every house. That's what I'm actually
Wonderful, man. My best wishes for that. And how are you selling now?
So right now I'm using some websites like Amazon. I also have my own website, which is canilife.in. And the rest of the platforms are mostly my own pet parents, because they are the one who really believe me, because they have interacted with me. They understand that uh, it's not just a boast that I'm doing. So when I'm reaching out to them, they definitely are very open to take it and give me the right feedback. And I've already received a lot of good testimonials from a lot of parents. Yes, I definitely have received. And I think right now, like I mentioned, my main place that people can look at my products or purchase my products will be, one is my own website, which is canilife.in, like I mentioned, and the other one is Amazon as of now.
Is Amazon a good place to sell pet products?
Frankly saying, no, I don't think Amazon is the right place for
Discovery part is very difficult, right? Or there.
Very true, very true. And I think it's a very unscattered, saturated. Like I said, like you said, in the Amazon view, if you're looking at, there are so many vast, products are there. It is probably very hard for people to even purchase the right thing. You probably would have gone to purchase something, and something else would have popped up, and then you would have popped up with that, and then that would have led to something else. So I think
typical story on
yeah,
Amazon. What advice would you give to young entrepreneurs like you who are getting into this space? Should they spend their time and energy listing their products on such marketplaces like Amazon, Flipkart, and all that, or should they focus on anything else?
So for future entrepreneurs, I believe if you are planning to come into this industry, I think you need to have a lot of commitment. You need to have a lot of patience, and you definitely have a lot of things to do. But if you do not have the right mindset of helping the pets, because those are your customers, and if your intent is not right, I don't think you would be able to survive for a longer time.
My question is very specific to the Amazon and the marketplace like this.
Okay.
So because it is not as easy as you open the website and list your product. You have to
Definitely, I did go through a lot of process. I think there was a lot of mail interactions to calls that I had to go through to get this listings done. And I think platforms like that is not the right place for you to
not
be
the
a
right
part of.
place.
No. And I think Happy Pets is probably one of the beautiful websites that I have come across. And I think this is the place where I think we should be listing any of the products that are related to pets, because your target audience is where you are looking at, right? Like if I'm a parent and if I need to find anything for pets, I think Happy Pets is definitely the place that I would definitely want to go.
Wonderful. Nice. Thank you so much. And we are working on that, and we are building a platform for products like yours where you can speak your heart out, and this episode will be listed over there too.
We're glad. Thank you so much for letting me know. And I think I would definitely want to list it out. I would be
You have already
to-
listed, man. And you have already listed. Let's talk about the business growth and funding. Okay. And what are your target, and are you looking for funding?
Yes, I am looking for funding. Maybe not now. Maybe I think it's too early for me to get into that, but I definitely want to look at the funding bit. Let me tell you, because I alone can't do everything.
No.
Right? I definitely want some support. I want some people to be, helping me build this particular industry on the right way, because I frankly cannot build it alone. And I think I am somebody who would love to, work with like-minded people or people who can support me to grow. And I think there is definitely a big potential in this industry. And I think it's the right kind of people who collaborate and work together. And I'm a person who always love collaborating with people to see how it can be taken to the next level.
Wonderful. And in terms of growth, what are your plans now?
My vision is to go out of the country. I want the Cani Life products to be out there too, because I feel that the products that we have are really genuine products, and I think it is definitely possible that a lot of pets will get benefited out of it. One small thing that I think I missed telling you is, see, supplements is something that you can't get a result in a day or a 2 days or a 1 week or 2 weeks. I think that's a prime mistake that a lot of people do today. That you give supplement today, you want to see a result tomorrow. That's definitely not possible with a supplement.
True.
And I think people should definitely believe that it will take time. Right, over the time is when you will start seeing results. Like, even if it could be a hair fall, it could be a skin disease, or it could be a fungal disease, anything related to that, you need to give it some time. These are not some medicines which is going to give you, like, 3 days before food, after food you give it and then you will see the result. No, that's not how it is. If you want your pet to be healthy, and if you want to do it in the organic way, it is definitely going to take some time.
Wonderful. Okay, my next question is the landscape changing for pet-friendly travels and stays in India. Okay, in India, we have seen that explosion of the pet services across, especially after the COVID. And how is this changing?
I think the pet travel bit is definitely booming in India. And I think our Indian government is also, I think, believing to encourage this bit. If I'm not wrong, today we have an option to book a train ticket with that you want to travel with your pet, and that's possible in
Covered a
India,
reel
I
about
see.
it.
Yes, of course, yes. And you also have an option to travel with your pet in plane today, right, through air. And I think there are so many partners today who are also helping you travel with on road. So you have a lot of options today. And when you as a parent, or when we as a parent, let me say that way, who want to travel and you don't want to leave them behind, and when you want to travel with them, that's definitely possible today. And I think there's so many hotels today that are actually framing it to be a pet-friendly
Pet-friendly, yeah.
restaurant or a resort. And I think that's a beautiful concept that they are also bringing in. But I believe that there can be a little more, improvement, if I may say, where hygiene is taken care well. There is definitely, see, a lot of people say that it is a pet resort. But I think there's a lot of resort which don't allow your pet to jump on your bed, right? You need to pay an FT amount of, I believe, fine if your pet jumps into the bed, or for the furniture, or this thing, if they're spoiling the furniture, anything like these things. So I think on those bit, I think I'm sure down the line these things will change. But I definitely see that there is a boom in this particular industry where travel is being promoted, that you can do with your pet.
That's wonderful. I think that's exactly what millennials are looking forward to.
Absolutely.
Let me ask you this question. You travel with pets. People promote resorts, cafes, and all the places as a pet friendly. Is it really pet friendly?
I think 10 out of, say, 7 or 8 probably maybe claiming that they are pet friendly.
But they're not.
But I kind of feel that they are not completely a pet friendly. Let me tell you why. So I had a parent who wanted to travel with their pets, which is a Rottweiler. And when the receptionist or the pet resort person got to know that it is Rottweiler which is coming,
Last breed.
they were actually little, okay, should we really allow you to stay with us or not? So, and I don't think you can ever leave your pet leash free in a resort. You need to have some kind of restrictions are always there. And I think if the industry or the hotel industry is able to work on that aspect, where, when you are bringing in a pet all the way from, say, 200, 300 kilometers, you don't want your pet to be on a leash after reaching there. So if you have a dedicated place, or you have a dedicated team, or you have a dedicated menu, or anything like these things, I think that's definitely going to be a plus point for your resort. If is something that I think is definitely possible that you could rework on.
Yeah, the reason I asked you this question is I think in a recent, on one of the reels that I came across, that this lady was talking about, I traveled with my pet because the website mentioned we are a pet friendly place. And I think she ended up with a large breed. And even that place, we're not expecting such a big dog.
Got it.
and there was kind of a mismatch, and they had to cancel the reservation. So the question is around that. I think you answered it very well. Okay, Vinoop, that comes to an end of our third episode. Again, thanks to
Thanks to you guys that you invited Cani Life and Canidae. It's been really a pleasure working with you guys, and I think I've already had an interaction with Sanket from your team. And I think I can't thank you more for having this podcast with us.
the podcast. I don't know for audience what how beneficial it is, but for me, I'm learning this industry faster. I've been here for more less than 2 years, but meeting people like you, I'm learning super fast. And thank you so much for coming to our studio. And again, I wish you the best. And the products, I've seen it and I've experienced it, and I'm sure it's going to hit all the shelves. And like you mentioned, your dream is to make sure that your product reaches all the pet parents in India. I'm sure it will. And all the best for everything that you do in the future. And once again, thanks for coming and sharing your story at Pets of Family.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us.
If you like this episode, don't forget to support us, share it with your friends, and if you know someone else doing amazing work in the pet space, recommend them to us. We'd love to bring their story to you. Until next time, stay happy and keep loving your pets.